Hey, it's me, Vicky Marie. Yes, it's me. Yes, it is. She's next to me. The big dog's here with me, Princess Tia. Oh, bless her. So good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in this crazy world we're living in. I hope you're having. Oh, we can't see you very well, can we? Let's see if we can turn the camera around. Oh, let's see if we can see you. No, come here. There you are. Yes. Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. I hope you're having a lovely Sunday. It might be Sunday morning for you, it might be Sunday afternoon, it might be Sunday evening. But today, to me, it feels like a sort of a typical Sunday, bit of a lazy day. We've been having ate some nice things, drank some nice things, just chilling. But what I'm going to show you today is why should I suffer alone? I'm going to show you the pictures of Stephan Sterns, but they are a little bit edited because I've got to be careful what I can show on YouTube, of course. But I've had a little, oh gosh, that wasn't much fun actually, just having to go on them to censor them, if you like, or edit them a little bit so they're not too bad. That wasn't much fun, I can tell you. Oh God, just awful. It's like, oh, my eyes. But anyway, I'm glad I've managed to censor them now, because this means every time I even look at them for whatever reason, or if I show them on a video, they have been censored, so I don't ever have to look at them in their full glory again, if you'll pardon the expression. Thank God for that. But anyway, so I hope you're all well. Hope you're all let me know what you're up to this Sunday. I know the weather's bad. We might have a little look at the weather in the UK. So all those horrible storms and floods and things we had in Spain seem to have passed to the UK at the moment. But first thing I'm going to do before I start is I'm going to say hello to everybody who's here. Let's have a look. Hey Chumba, hey David, hey Lorna, hi Yvonne. Don't worry Yvonne, you've not missed anything. No. Oh, that's what I was going to say, David. I hope you've all eaten already, and if you've had meat and 2 veg, just. But listen, if you haven't eaten yet, it might be a good idea to watch this video after you've eaten. Otherwise, it might put you off your Sunday lunch. So anyway, for anybody who's been on a different planet and doesn't know which case we're discussing, of course, we're talking about poor Madeline Soto, who in February this year disappeared after allegedly her stepfather, Stephan Sterns, and I'm going to show this photo of him. This is a photo of him when he was a lot younger. But to me, this just epitomizes Stephan with those really freaky eyes that he's got. I might have a more recent one. Let's see. Yeah, he's quite a freaky looking person, isn't he? That was when he was young. You know, he doesn't look any better now, I can assure you. He's like a what is it like? He's a nearly 40-year-old man who dresses like a teenager with a backwards cap, and you know, he thinks he's still like young, you know. And this is how let me find a more up-to-date picture of him. This is how I think of Stephan, is that he thought he was in some sort of relationship with Madeline, who was only, just 13. And I think Stephan, in his head, he was thinking they were having a relationship, a normal relationship in his eyes. Obviously, it's not a normal relationship. Let's see, is that one of him? Yeah. This is what it looks like now, or this is what it looked like on the day that he was arrested. But we will see in these pictures that we're just about to have a look at, normally he would wear like a backwards baseball cap and sort of try and be down with the boys, like down with the kids. And I do really feel I think he's on an intellectual par with a 13-year-old, to be honest. Probably most 13-year-olds are cleverer than him, because he turned out he's not a sort of a criminal mastermind. We talk about a lot of the cases that we talk about, some people, like we'll talk about Peter Tobin this morning, he was, I'm not saying he was clever necessarily, but he was wily, wasn't he? He was like, he knew how to sort of, basically travel all over the country and use false names and move from place to place and hide in church communities, and he wasn't caught till he was into his 60s. Whereas Stephan, I think, he's not the criminal mastermind. And although he thought he'd covered his tracks really well when he killed Madeline, for whatever reason, we don't know the reason yet, and, tried to hide her body, etc., and cover up what he'd done, he just failed miserably, didn't he? Because he's not as clever as he thought he was. But anyway, this is Stephan now. This was Stephan when, not sure how old he was on that picture. But one thing that hasn't changed are the freaky eyes, isn't it? Look. I mean, they're dead now. His eyes, there's just nothing there. There he looks more evil, actually, on the younger picture of him, doesn't he? And let's not forget what he was doing when he was young. According to his friends, he was placing his own SEMEN in girls' drinks at his college, or, I'm wondering if it would make them pregnant. He was always slipping things into girls' drinks, even then, even when he was young. He's a real sinister person. Just awful, isn't he? You can't get away from it. I think he looked more sinister then when he was young, and, presumably he hadn't actually murdered anybody then. But he was already doing really creepy things. He was already videoing his roommate's girlfriend, allegedly, under the bathroom door, which in fact he was doing just recently when he was living with Madeline and Madeline's mum. He was doing the same thing with their roommates. The police had got evidence of that off his phone, that he was placing his phone underneath the bathroom door, videoing them while they were, in the bathroom and nude, etc. So, he's not a nice person, even besides murdering Madeline. Even before that, he's a creeper, isn't he? We've got an expression for it. I don't know if you know this expression. He's like a creeping Jesus. Pardon anybody. I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want to be disrespectful to Jesus, but it's an expression that we have in Manchester. A creeping Jesus is somebody who just, you don't even realise they're there. Suddenly you turn around and they're stood behind you. You've not even heard them approach. That's a creeping Jesus. I think that Stephan was definitely, I bet he did a lot of sneaking around doing things, nobody really knowing what he was doing or what he was up to. And of course, Jen, Madeline's mum and his ex-girlfriend, she was so sort of drugged up most of the time. She didn't have a clue what he was doing and didn't really take much interest probably in what he was doing. So, you know, unfortunately, little Madeline, she's paid the price for that, for her mother's bloody idiocy, really, never getting involved with Stephan in the first place. And yeah, I expect Stephan did a lot of really creepy things. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you the photos. I'm gradually working my way through all the evidence that I was sent. I mean, we have seen the video of Stephan Sterns being arrested, but we couldn't see the bits of the poor woman who had to take photos of his button mushroom. I presume part of it will be to prove that that is actually his appendage in the photos that they've taken off his phone. She was at great pains to photograph a freckle or a wart, to actually, it took two of them to do that. One of them to hold it in the right place and the other one take the photo. I presume that was the purpose of that, to prove that that was Stephan Sterns's button mushroom in those photos that they've taken off his camera, because a lot of them, his phone camera, a lot of them, they were just the lower part. And although you could see Madeline quite clearly in them, apparently, poor little thing, with the man that was in them, it was just, you know, part of them you could see. So I presume some of those photos have been taken to try and prove that it was him. So that's what we're going to. So so I've been working my way. We've seen the video, but I had to, I couldn't show you that bit where, all the sort of graphic things of Stephan. But it is satisfying to see him being humiliated like that. It's like, I don't feel bad about showing the photos of him, because I think he should be humiliated. He should be humiliated to hell and back. I'm glad that people all over the world have seen him being humiliated like that, being arrested, made to strip, having his, those photos taken, private photos, because that's what he did to Madeline. So he's already had some karma back already, hasn't he? Because he's already had the karma back of having his photo taken and his video, the video of it all over YouTube, all over the world, probably. So he's already had a bit of karma, but he's got a lot more karma to come, hasn't he? So that was the video we watched, but also I've been sent this batch of photos. So I've been through the photos. I've censored them appropriately. And that's what I'm going to have a look at, is why should I suffer alone? I thought I'd let you all suffer as well and have a look at it. But, the most important thing for me is that he gets humiliated. I want him to be humiliated. Hi, Darren. David. Yeah, the wart is bigger than the... No, sorry. I'll try and be good. Okay. Hi, Lorna. And he doesn't know about depilation, put it this way. Oh, and it made me even more angry towards him. It makes me even more angry towards him, because what he inflicted on that girl, just that poor girl. God, disgusting. But anyway, you're going to see that. So let's have a look. So I started it with that horrible picture of him where he looks really freaky. So this is him with his backwards cap on. And he was taken in to be interrogated, and he didn't know. He didn't know that he was going to be arrested. Also, these poor people that had to take these photos of him, because I believe he said something like he hadn't showered for 3 days or something. So it just knocks you sick. But you know, he was, when he went in, they just asked him to cook. Can you come in, answer a few questions? He agreed, went in, not knowing how this interview was going to end up. So that's nice as well, watching that interview and seeing it sort of go from him thinking, obviously, that, you know, not realizing that he was actually going to be arrested. They'd seen the photos on his phone, because photos and videos on his phone, absolutely loads of them. He'd told them he'd done a factory reset on his phone by accident. But it made no difference, because again, because he's thick, and he didn't realize that it didn't make any difference. You know, the police could still bring those photos back up, whether he did a factory reset or not. And if he would have had any intelligence whatsoever, he would have disposed of that phone. I mean, I'm glad he didn't, but that's what, you know, anyone with any intelligence would do. But it's almost like he just couldn't bear to get rid of the phone or whatever. Why did he not dispose of that phone? You know, how thick do you have to be to think that the police can't bring up photos and videos on your phone, even though you've done a factory reset? You know, even I know that, and I don't know anything about technical things. So yeah, he was a total thicko, wasn't he? So when he first went in, he was interviewed. As I say, we did see that interview, and he didn't know what was coming. And then at the end of the interview, the police were trying to get something out of him, and he turned around then and said he wanted a lawyer. So as soon as he lawyers up, the police then have to stop interviewing him, don't they? You know, as soon as he asks for a lawyer, the police have to stop the interview and wait for the solicitor to get there. So he must have thought maybe he was, you know, going to be sent home after that. But of course, he wasn't going to be. So then they said, right, okay, you're under arrest, and they arrested him. And look at his face. It's almost like a waxwork, isn't he, Stephan? Looks like a waxwork to me. It doesn't look like a real person. You know, he's like, I know he is a real person, unfortunately, but he's got that sort of, that look about him. He's got the freakiest look out of anyone that I've seen for ages, you know, and how, just everything about him makes me shudder. And that this poor girl had to suffer his advances is just awful. So be prepared, because you know what you're going to see is not very nice. So first thing that comes off is his hat, and they take another photo of him. There's nothing in those eyes, is there? I mean, they are the creepiest eyes. It's funny, because they should be quite attractive eyes, shouldn't they? But it's not the eyes themselves, it's the look in them. It's like a dead fish look, isn't it? So of course this was after he'd killed Madeleine. He would probably say he was heartbroken about Madeleine, and you know, this, that, and the other. But to me, they're just like a dead fish's eyes. There's nothing there at all. It's horrible. It's like really is looking into the abyss. So then they got him to stretch his hands out. Now he, of course, he's got scratches. We're going to see the scratches that the photos are taken of the scratches on his hands. He said he got these scratches as he was changing his tire, because remember, he got a puncture, didn't he, apparently? Well, I think he genuinely did. That was definitely God looking down and because that's what placed him at the scene where Madeline's body was found, wasn't it? Because he was seen changing his tyre, and luckily that meant that he was seen, and that meant that they could localize Madeline's body. Because really, if you think about it, I think they perhaps would have found her eventually because of things on his phone, the data of his phone showing where he'd been. But imagine how long it would have taken them to find Madeline's body. But because he had a puncture and he probably had to hurriedly dispose of Madeline, they found her. So he said that these scratches he has, we're going to see them closer up in a minute, were from changing the tyre. So this is bad enough. Just when they look, so then they get him to strip off, and just look at his face. Oh dear me! But it's horrible. But do you know what? It's good to see him humiliated. It is a nice feeling, to be honest. And look at his nipples. Oh, sorry, oh my God, and that hair around his nipples, it's just... Now, bearing in mind, this guy's not even 40. He's not even 40, so he's not exactly looked after himself, has he? Of course, he's bloody high as a kite on all sorts of medications most of the time. But he definitely, you could say, hasn't looked after himself. He's quite a young man, really, isn't he? 40 years old. Sorry, I'm just getting something to put my feet up on so that I can relax. Oh. Then they took a photo of his back. He's got this tattoo on his back. Well, the other thing that I think is he's got quite a flat head. Now, a lot's been made out of the fact that he did have a traffic accident, didn't he, when he was young? And it makes you wonder if they're going to bring that up in the... what's his defence going to be? He has no defence. There's so much evidence against this guy. He may as well just plead guilty. But of course, we've seen that recently, haven't we, with Lake and Riley's killer, all the evidence against him, but he still took it to trial, to the bench trial. I suppose Stephan could ask for a bench trial if he wants to. I think the judge has to allow it, though. I don't think you're automatically entitled to a bench trial. I presume the judge has to actually agree with it. But also, I think he's got a funny shaped head. It's almost flat at the top. Very strangely shaped head. Anyway, so he apparently got run over by a lorry when he was a kid. I think it went over him twice. So that's definitely, they're going to bring that up as a reason for him being a twonk, I suppose. But, I don't. It's ridiculous, isn't it? At the end of the day, he's just horrible. So it's not because of the accident, in my opinion, anyway. But yeah, it's definitely going to come up. Is that the only defence that they've got? What is their defence going to be? This is just intriguing me, how they're possibly going to defend all those pictures that he had and videos he had on his phone. How are they going to manage that? How are they going to manage that as a defence? But anyway, well, we'll see. So this is the tattoo. I'm not really sure what it is. Does anybody know? Let me see if I can find what his tattoo is. Because I haven't got a clue what it's supposed to be. Oh, it says sustinet. Oh, which, what? Sustus, I'm like, how do I know this word? I can't find out. Apparently, somebody's saying that it says sustinet, which is his Reddit name. We're going to have a look at one of his Reddit comments in a moment. I'm not sure what is. Yeah, I don't know exactly what the tattoo's supposed to be. Don't know. Hi, Laurie. Anyway, I think this is sustinet here underneath. Let me see if I can find her. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, sustinet is his Reddit name. So what that's supposed to mean, I don't know. Coat of arms, yeah, but what sort of, why sustinet? What does sustinet mean? Anyway, so now we're gonna see some photos of his scratches, I think. I'm not quite sure when the weirdy ones come up, but not the weirdy ones, but the intimate ones. So just be warned. Right, I think they're coming up in a minute because these are, of course, his nice boxers. Now, that's a joke, by the way. So remember, there was one of those horrible pictures from all the photos I don't know if we've looked at them properly, but one of the photos from Madeline's room, that little put-me-up room she had in the house, in the washing basket. In her washing basket was a pair of his boxer shorts, which is horrible, isn't it? Right, there you go. See how good I am to you? I've blocked most of it out. You don't have to see the actual. Do you know what I mean? It's like, believe me, it didn't really need to be as big as that, the blur. But I just thought I should blur it out, make sure it was properly out, just in case I get into trouble with YouTube. Though sometimes you think, God, YouTube seem to let you put things out that should never be put out, and then other things you can't. So anyway, there you go. That was what the first picture, just of it resting. Yes, I don't think you can see anything. I hope. No, I don't know. It's not that big there. It's coming out of the bottom there, I can assure you. But it's very hirsute. Very hairy. Now, this is where I do think these poor women, God, they earn their money, don't they? They've had to go in there and, position it in a way that they can get a good picture. It's like, talk about earning your money. I don't know if you remember what that woman said to him when she went close to him, like, to do this. And she said, if you try anything, you'll be eating the carpet, didn't she? She made some comment like that. If you try anything, you'll be eating the carpet. Well, you wouldn't have argued with her, she was, she looked like she could handle herself. And he went, no, I'm going to comply. Darren, literally, what are you having? I hope you're not having chipolatas. So, look how kind I've been. I'm not showing anything in particular that I think you can get the picture though, definitely. David, that's quite an ironic comment. They must have tossed to see who had to do that part. Yeah. Oh, I've gone back to the beginning. Hang on, that was an accident. Let's get back to where we were. I've forgotten what I was going to say now. I got distracted because I put it back to the beginning by accident. Yeah, she's holding in that picture, the last one. She's holding it, sort of stretching it, so that you can see the freckle. Yeah. Yeah, she's sort of stretching it. Well, do you know, it's probably the last time a woman's going to touch him for a long, long time, isn't it? Hey, BF. Yeah. And there again, she's like stretching it out. You know, what a job, eh? What a job. It's like, you know, hey, honey. You just think, you know, and you think if you ever don't ever complain about your job. Because if you got home and you know, your partner says, "Joe, what did you do today?" Oh, well, I, you know, stretched out a monster's hoojamabob so that you could see his freckles, take a photo of it. Hi, Angel. Hello, people. This was a funny picture. I'm not sure what this photo was for, because literally all you could see on this photo was not the whole, just the two veg, let's say, not the meat and two veg. You could just see the corner here. I don't know what they were trying to. Maybe he had a distinguishing mark on that as well. I don't know. I know you'd certainly have some stories to tell when you're out with your friends, wouldn't you? Hey, Tia, have you ripped that to pieces? Just take that. Has she ripped it? Oh, she's a bugger, isn't she? Oh. So we've got these new toys for the dogs, and they're like, I'll show you one actually. I have to hide them from the big dog, though she's got one there, because she wrecks them, don't you? You reckon? What have you done to it? What have you done to it? And the others end up with nothing to play with. So yeah, we've got these new toys. They're like, just like it's like an animal, but it's got a squeak. So Princess Tia, it's her whole mission in life is to get the squeak out. So she's managed it on one of them, but she's a bugger. Anyway, sorry, let me go back now to where we were. Get off. No, you can't have it. So you'd be glad to know we're finished with I'm going to show it again in a minute, but we're finished now with those. But look at the scratches on him. So they took photos of the scratches. Hi, Heather. And as you say, that looks exactly like a fingernail scratch, doesn't it? But of course, he said he did it when he was changing his tyre. And look, he's got these scratches as well on there. So they took these photos. Sorry, I'm going to show the whole thing again in a minute. Look at that. I mean, that doesn't look like a scratch that you'd get from. I mean, they're not daft, are they? I mean, these are how many times will they have seen these kind of scratches on people? They look like fingernail scratches, definitely. They don't look like things that you do with a tire iron as you were changing your tire. So, Heather, this will put you off your dinner. Look here. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning again. So, as I say, if you're just about to have your dinner, you might want to not watch. Honestly, the nipples are enough, aren't they, to like put you off your dinner? Never mind the rest of it. They're really freaky, they are. Don't know why, they look like eyes. So yeah, this let's just go back to the tattoo again, because there must be a relevance in this. There must be a relevance in this Sustinet, because that's his Reddit name. I wonder what that means. You know, what his relevance is for him. Oh, it's very hairy. So Heather, that is a woman with the gloves. That's a woman that was doing that. We did. I don't know. Maybe you weren't watching when we watched the video of his arrest and subsequent humiliation. That's a woman doing that. And what she's doing is she's stretching out his todger to get a close-up picture of he's got like a wart on on his what's it, and that must be to compare it with the photos that they found on his phone, because they need to prove that is him in those photos, so that's what they were doing. So yeah, I just feel like I want the whole world to see him humiliated. That's how it feels to me. Just like good, because I feel like he humiliated Maddie, so much, and took videos of her, photos of her in compromising positions. And who knows, maybe even shared them with people. We don't know that yet, do we? If he shared them with people or if he just kept them for himself, we don't know. And he did it to Maddie, and I think it's just like instant karma, that he's now having his compromising pictures all over YouTube. Good. I hope the more people that see them, the better, as far as I'm concerned. I want everyone to see them. I want him to be completely humiliated, to be honest. Oh, is it? Is Paperlink all the rage now? I didn't know that. I did get some new necklaces off Amazon, actually. But anyway, sorry, changing the subject. So let's not get led. I'll get led astray talking about necklaces. So next thing I just want to show you about, I've sort of put Laurie off for dinner. Yvonne's gone. Bye, Yvonne. People, guys, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Now, just what I want to look at now is this Reddit post, because as I was looking on Reddit about him, I just wanted to show you this comment that he made. So this on advice for teens. So what is Stephan Sterns doing at the age of, nearly 40? On a Reddit thread that's advice for teens. He's so creepy, isn't he? It's a safe space. Described as a safe space for teenagers who need advice. Now, that is a red flag. That is like an invitation to child lovers, isn't it, really? People who find children attractive, they're going to look for these kind of sites, aren't they? Advice for teens, a safe space for teenagers who need advice. Stephan Sterns replies to, so this, somebody put this post up. I don't know how to say it, but today, during an argument, because I didn't want to do my homework, she said she was going to kill me and then kill herself. I'm assuming this is this child's mother. I don't know if I should tell anyone, but she also tried to choke me when I was 9 because I didn't want to do my homework. Also, she got mad at me a year after, telling her I had suicidal thoughts. What, when you were 10? And then put a pillow over my head and pushed it down. But she let go after a bit. These are the only 2 times she tried to choke me. Oh, the only 2 times. Oh, my God, this poor kid. And I remember that she also used to just hit me in between those. Nothing serious, just trying to choke her twice. The only time I remember a serious beating was when she kicked me down on the floor and kicked me in the face. I also had to go to like a class meetup where they took us to the restaurant. I don't know what it's called. And she told everyone I had allergies because my face was a bit messed up. After that, she also told me to just kill myself once because I didn't know a writer from my country, but I think I'm just overreacting about this one. Also, I'm pretty sure my aunt and grandma just don't love me because I overheard my aunt saying she hates me while she thought I was sleeping, and my grandma just called me crazy because I don't talk with people and my classmates that are just rude, racist and homophobic. And when I was about 8, I don't really remember, she made me beg not to be taken to an orphanage for like 2 hours. Oh, I'm just kind of lost now. I'm 13 and I don't know what to do. I tried studying, but I just don't understand it. And she doesn't believe me. Also, I just made this account because I don't want to use my main. And I'm sorry if my English sucks. It's not my first language. Also, I don't really want to tell anyone because I'm probably overreacting about this. And I don't really have any proof of her doing that. So they will just think I'm lying. Oh my God, that's very disturbing. Well, you won't call it a tweet. What do they call it? A post. It's a very disturbing post. Anyway, never fear, because who jumps on with advice to that very harrowing post. Oh, edit, I'll try and tell my head teacher tomorrow and show her this post. Another edit, I got really sick before I went to sleep and I skipped school. I'll try and go tomorrow. My mum called the head teacher and told her I'm sick. I won't be able to go until Monday, I think. Update, my mum found out and beat me again. I'll probably get disowned. I got my phone back for 10 minutes and I won't have access to it anymore. I'm really sorry, everyone, and thank you. Okay, so I don't know how genuine that post is, because the problem is on these internet forums, I hope it isn't a genuine post, but if it is, it's very disturbing, isn't it? And who jumps on to give help? Sustinet, which is Stephan Sterns' Reddit account. So imagine that. Hi, Julie. Let me just make sure I haven't missed anybody else coming in. No, I'm not going to the UK for Christmas because, sorry, I didn't mean to put that up. No, because my son will be working and I'll have to take him to work and that. So I'm not sure yet what I'm doing for Christmas, to be honest. I'll probably be on here talking to anybody who wants to talk to me. That's what I'll probably be doing. So, yeah, because if I've got... If my son's working, so I'll have to take him to work and go and get him and that. So I won't really be able to do much. So I'll probably be on here chatting to anyone who wants to chat to me. So on this post jumps to the rescue, Stephan Sterns, Sustinet. And this is what he says. Your mum is extremely unstable. She desperately needs counselling and possibly medication. Well, you know, he likes to get everyone on medication, doesn't he? So I'm surprised he hasn't reached out to say, oh, maybe I could go on a date with your mum. Then maybe we could live together and then maybe I could look after you. The fact that she makes these threats and even acts them out to a certain extent is not normal at all, and it will likely continue to escalate. You never know when her breaking point will be reached, but these types of things often don't end well. Oh my God. You know, the thought of Stephan Sterns giving advice like that, you just think, oh my God. Because he would have already been, this would have been while he was abusing Madeline. You know, he was been abusing Madeline for the past God knows how many years. And in the meantime, he's jumping on teenage Reddit threads and giving advice. She needs help. And you need to ensure your safety as well. None of the things you have described are okay in the slightest. Whether or not you think she'll throw through with the threats is irrelevant. This is not normal behaviour, and something is seriously going on with your mother's mental health. Ignoring this type of thing does not make it go away. You need to make use of the resources available to you and reach out to some professionals who specialise in these situations. Other commenters have provided links to that effect already. Please make use of them because it's happened too many times already. And she is going to snap at some point, maybe on you, maybe not, but it won't be good for anyone involved. She needs help, and so do you, to get safe. Don't ignore this. Oh my God. After what he did to Madeline, reading back this, I know, and what he was doing to Madeline at the time, because he was abusing her at the time, and he's telling this child to get safe. Honestly, I'm surprised he's not offering to go and help her. Don't ignore this. These are not red flags or little warnings to be ignored. This is a loud air raid siren, and you need to take it seriously. As painful as it may be, because she's your mum, you need to act. What she's doing is abuse, plain and simple. Now, obviously it is. I mean, it's horrible. What if that was really happening to that young person? It's terrible. But how dare he come on and talk about other people abusing people? There is no grey area here. She is violently abusive, verbally abusive, emotionally abusive, mentally abusive, all of it. And it sounds like a few of her immediate relatives are the same way towards you. The longer you stay in this situation, the worse off you'll be. Your mental health has already been affected by this, and the torment will only continue to add more layers of trauma, damage until you are just a broken person by the time you grow up, or if she even lets you live long enough to grow up. Oh my God, like he didn't let Madeline live long enough to grow up, did he? And then get out in capital letters. So there's the advice from an abuser, a psychopath, a murderer. That's his advice. What is he even doing on Reddit threads? Advice for teens, Reddit threads. You know? Just terrible. Now, I've had a look to see if I could see any other of his. Let me see if I can find any other of his posts. But the cheek of it. So look. Yeah, another comment. I haven't got his actual comment, just somebody talking about it. Apparently, let's have a look at this. So apparently he left a comment under a post about a woman who was fearful of allowing her husband to change or bathe her daughter because she had been abused as a child, and she was extra vigilant for her daughter because of it. And Stephan left a very passionate response telling her that it was unfair and wrong and she needed serious counselling because she was hurting her husband. Anyway, he had in fact, what I might do one day, it might be a good idea because I haven't got time to do it now while we're in the middle of the, I might have a look for his Reddit posts, and see if, see what other comments he made. I do remember really early on in this case talking about some of the online comments he'd made about various things, but it's quite a long time ago now, back in February and March, but so I can't remember all the details, but I'll look it up or look for his posts and that, and we'll go through them. But so it sounds like there might be a few of us around on Christmas Day. I did a Christmas thing last year, didn't I? I think I did it on Christmas morning. Christmas morning, I'll definitely be doing a live. And of course, I've been thinking about what to do in the build up to Christmas. Last year, I did like an advent calendar, didn't I? And I put the silly wig on and did something positive every day. But I thought what I might do this year is stick to the true crime theme. But what I might do is some like tales of survival, because some people do survive like terrible crimes and things, something more positive. I didn't want to do depressing stories building up. There'll be enough depressing stories like normally going on, if you like. So I didn't want to do, so I thought I might do some stories of survival, like where people survive serial killers or, got their own back on their killers, or they wouldn't have got their own back on their killers, but got their own back on their attackers or whatever, and some sort of positive crime stories I thought might do for Christmas. And so, some Christmassy ones. Because, of course, Christmas is a very common time for crime because all these holidays, people get stressed, don't they? It's like Christmas time, Valentine's Day, all special occasions. There always seems to be like more crimes than normal because special occasions bring things to a head, don't they? Certainly Christmas does. Oh, 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 that's very nice, Heather. But do you know, of you to say, but you can't send things to Spain because you have to pay a tax on it when it comes in. So this is a Brexit benefit. Last year, somebody tried to send me something, and when it arrived, I had to pay it. Well, they arrived at the gate. They rung the doorbell, the post office, said they had a package for me. I think it was €15 or something I had to pay just to receive the package. And to be honest, I would have paid it, but I didn't have any cash on me, and they didn't have a machine to pay it. You had to pay it in cash. So that's the only problem about sending things to Spain. Don't know if it's any different to a PO box. So yeah, but thank you anyway. That's very nice thought. But it doesn't, spend your money on the birds. Your bird on your zoo that you've got in your garden. Expect they're all are they all an extra couple of co-fish? Yeah. Yeah, people like the quizzes, don't they? We do have yeah, because we missed out on the Halloween quiz because of all that was going on with the Dana and everything. I just couldn't do a Halloween thing. It just didn't seem right. But yeah, some little quizzes and things. I'll think of some things. I've got some daft things to put on, like to wear Christmas jumpers and headgear and everything for Christmas. So yeah, we will do something fun for Christmas. Which reminds me, talking of those floods, have you seen? Let's have a look. Well, I'm sure a lot of you are living through all the storms over there. Seems to be particularly bad in Wales, doesn't it? One guy has actually died in Wales. And this guy, Andre Randalls, he was driving with his baby Luca from Hebden Bridge to his father's home in Todmorden to watch a football match. And he was diverted away from his main route and he hit a dip and he went straight into a puddle of water. He thought it would be a shallow puddle, but soon his car began to float and he had to escape out the car. He had the baby in the car as well. Anyway, obviously he did escape. But he called emergency services, but soon water started seeping in. And he said, I'm going to have to get out. I'm going to have to smash a window. And he wound down his and his son's windows and climbed out before rescuing his son. Let's have a look at these storms. This just reminds me of the floods in Valencia. Gosh, they're so fast flowing. The speed that water's flowing. So make sure you don't go out unless you absolutely have to. Be careful. Gosh, it is scary, isn't it? So, Mother Nature is scary because it's just nothing you can do about it. So there's absolutely nothing you can do. Oh yeah, well I haven't forgotten about Twonk of the Year, David. I'm glad you reminded me actually. So yeah, don't forget we'll be doing Twonk of the Year on that's New Year's Eve. That's New Year's Eve. And so don't forget to let me know your nominations for Twonk of the Year. I've had quite a few already. But anybody you want to, except me, of course, anyone you want to nominate as Twonk of the Year, just send me an email, let me know who, and give me your reasons. Well, Wales seems to have the worst of it, but I think it's been bad in other places as well. Ooh, this is when you just want to be inside all cozied up, isn't it? Oh my God, mind you, you wouldn't want to be in that house. Let's just go back to that. To that. Look at that. Oh my God. No, you wouldn't want to be in that house, that's for sure. No. All right, let me just say there's another couple of things on Twitter. Look at this.
It's not very good that the rain is picking up again. Is it?
So this is Pontypridd, I think. God. You know what? It's going to be hard to even get insurance soon because there's that many incidents. Oh, it's terrifying, isn't it? Crikey. We'll just watch that one more time.
It's not very good that the rain is picking up again. Is it?
Honestly, all I seem to have done lately is watch scenes like this, either Spain or in the UK. It's just constant. No, look, think of the poor animals as well. It's a shame, isn't it? I hope animals are sort of sensible enough to try and get out of the way if they can. Where's it gone? Oh, hang on. I think I've lost what. Where's the Stormbird things? Oh, this is impressive, I think. So this is Powers Court Waterfall, wherever that is. Yeah. The thing is, at least that's sort of out in the open. It's not affecting people. But it's still pretty terrifying, isn't it? I bet there might be animals to be affected by that. God. Blowy as fuck, man. Oh, dear me. Oh, yeah, there's a nice tractor man just driving through it all. Oh, that's reminded me actually, because something that I keep meaning to show at the end of a live, because sometimes we see things that aren't very nice, like Stephan Sterns' button mushroom. But I keep meaning to show these kangaroo things. I follow this kangaroo. I follow wombat rescue, kangaroo rescue things on Facebook.
And
I know,
Bella.
the kangaroos
Bella
are
here.
just beautiful.
Kitty.
Look.
So Bella and Scout are 2 months older than Little Whiskers and are keeping her just at the right temperature, body warmth. Much better than putting her in an incubator, which is pretty sterile, and this way she's getting the love of 2 older sisters who are keeping her just at the right temperature.
Hi, Katrina. So yeah, I like to when I feel sort of fed up, I go on the kangaroo sanctuary or the wombat sanctuary and start looking at the lovely pictures they put on of the little look. Look at them. Oh dear me, just their little faces. Oh, it's so cute. One of my dogs looks like a kangaroo, Rocky, little Rocky. I think he is a kangaroo. He likes to, if you hold a blanket round to him, he will get in it and nestle into it. I'm sure he's descended from a kangaroo. He's got a face just like this one here in the middle. But I do just look. Let's have a look at this. This is little Pippa. She's grown up a lot more now.
Pippa on the ground for a little hop and a little bit of a stand. First time she's been out of the pouch. Now it's time for her to go back into her pillowcase pouch.
Oh,
Little somersault.
yeah.
And back to bed.
They always put a smile on my face, Like, I'm going to find my picture of Rocky and put it up there because find a picture of him. Because he's the absolute spit of a kangaroo, my Rocky. Let's see if I can find it. Let you see that again.
Just put little Pippa on the ground for a little hop and a little bit of a stand. First time she's been out of the pouch. Now it's time for her to go back into her pillowcase pouch. Little somersault. And back to bed.
Got a picture of him somewhere. Oh, here's a picture of me. Oh no, I won't. I might show it at Christmas. I'm not going to show it. I found a picture of me dressed up like Father Christmas, but I might show that at Christmas. I'm going to save that for Christmas. Oh, what have I done with my picture of my little Rocky? You can never find things when you're looking for them, can you? What about that one? Oh, look, this was a picture. This was a picture from a couple of years ago. And I was doing a Skype class, and Rocky came and sat behind me. And the student took a screenshot of it and sent it to me. So when I was doing Spanish class, and Rocky came up on the chair behind me. But yeah, he's got kangaroo face, I think. My little Rocky. He likes to be, honestly, Rocky would just like take over your life if he got a chance. He definitely thinks he's a person. Let's find another one. Find one more of the kangaroos and then I'll let you go. Just, it's like, do you know what it's like? It's like washing the bad taste out of your mouth from watching Stephan Sterns' Button Mushroom. These little kangaroos, they just, you know, make you forget that you've just seen something horrible. Look at that. Oh, look. So cute. So cute with his teddy. Let's see, what's this one? This is one in the wild. Pippa. Oh, wasn't that Pippa, the little one? Let's see. Yeah. So that little tiny kangaroo we looked at, this is her now. This is that tiny little one. Oh, she's grown now. Oh. Just looks like my Rocky with those ears. Yeah. Animals always make you feel good, don't they? You know, you sort of like, that's what I do when I'm feeling like really fed up. I go online. Hi, Jojo. I go online and find some pictures of animals, you know, cute little animals and whatever to look at. So, I don't know. I might show you because the other ones I like to look at are the wombats because they're just mad. But yeah, no, I'll save them for another day. Maybe we'll look at some nice, cute animals every day leading up to Christmas. Okay. So, I hope you enjoyed looking at Stephan Sterns' Button Mushroom. Well, censored. I did censor it. I was very good to you. I didn't make you look at the whole thing, which, believe me, is a site that you wouldn't forget quickly. So what have we got coming up this week? So hopefully the Sarah Sharif trial will be finished this week. Patrick Stevenson, Samantha Murphy's murderer, alleged murderer, he's back in court on Wednesday. I'm going to try my best to record that and tell you what happens there. I don't know if it'll be just a quick hearing or if we'll get to find out anything else. I just don't know. So we'll see. Okay, so anyway, enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll see you really soon in the next video. Hi, Katrina. Did I say hello? Oh, you're all coming in just as I'm finishing. Sorry about that. You'll have to catch up. Well, I can assure you, you won't want to miss it. So I'll see you really soon in the next video. And until then, may your God go with you. Bye.